Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Hope Alive 845. Tonight, we have some very interesting guests tonight. We have a lady in Sullivan County who is all about change. So we are Kathleen Scott. Can't wait to have her on tonight. We also have a mother who went through hell. She went through back and forth to find her daughter, and we're going to hear about the ending of this one. We also have Tayana Campasso. Her mother has been missing in New York City for months now, and they're not getting no answers yet. So she's going to join us tonight. We also have a former police officer who is now a private investigator who's going to be working with us. We met him and his partner a couple of weeks ago. We've been going back and forth. So they're going to be on tonight. And we have another guest tonight. We were involved with her and her uncle and her sister's uncle months ago, but she's here tonight for something different. We'd like to welcome Leah Strano. So she's going to be here tonight. So let's get to our updates. Lonina Ray Rogers, who went missing on 1/7/1981 in Meadville, Pennsylvania, is still missing. Don Juan Casanova Jackson, who went missing on 12/10/2018 in Michigan, is still missing. Elena De La Cruz, she went missing on July 10th, 2021 from the Bronx. She is still missing. Her daughter's going to be on tonight. Efiano Colon, who went missing on 5/7/2021 in the East Islip, New York, is still missing. Joseph Help, who went missing on 1/16/1987 in Ellenville, New York, he is still missing. Cassandra Ramirez, who went missing in the month of September 2018 in the Bronx, she is still missing. Marvin Gibbs, who went missing on 3/29/1984 from Fallsburg, New York, he is still missing. The case is still active. We're still working on this one. Omar St. Hill, who went missing on a 5/7/2020 in Hempstead, New York, he is still missing. Rochelle Hammond, who went missing on 8/15/2019 in Masco, Colorado, she is still missing. This is also still active, going on right now. Rosalind Rodriguez, who went missing on 11/17/2021 in the Bronx, she is still missing. Jennifer and her daughter Adriana, who went missing in Tennessee on 3/23/2004. The mother and the daughter, sad thing to see. They are still missing. Desiree Thompson, who went missing on 1/7 in 1972. No, is that 2022, who went missing in California City, is still missing. Darcy Weed, who went missing on 5/20 from San Jose, California, she is still missing. Chelsea Cobo, who went missing on 5/7/2016 from Brooklyn, is still missing. Brianna Vibert, who went missing on 7/15/2017 in Flint, Michigan, is still missing. Aaliyah Boomer, who went missing on 8/15/2015 from Brooklyn, she is still missing. Stephen Kraft, who went missing on 4/28/2020 in Newburgh, New York, he is still missing. Shonda Stansberry, who went missing on 12/9/2006, is still missing from North Carolina. Shamia Duncan, who went missing on 8/2/2021 from New York City, she was last seen at Port Authority, she is still missing. Shanice Harris, who went missing on 5/29/2017. This case is still active. We are working around on this one a lot. She is still missing. Hopefully, we pray answers will be answered soon. That's all we can say. We pray. Breaking news. Monique Mallet, the young girl who went missing on 1/16/2022, has been found safely. Her mom's going to be on tonight to share the experience for what she went through. Whoa, boy, I tell you. Garrett Haverly, who was missed on 11/18/2021, he has been spotted. He has been spotted, but we have not had contact with him yet. We are working to get contact with him so we can bring some peace for the mom, because the mom does not know for sure if he's still alive, because the PD up in that area won't give her no answers. But we are trying to get contact with Mr. Garrett. Hopefully, we can have a happy ending on this one. Let's get to our events. February 12th, we had the Wheel of Hope right here on February 12th. We want to thank everybody that is getting involved with us. It's going to be a big day. We can't wait. A lot of prizes up on the wheel. In a little bit, we're going to tell you what we have so far on the wheel. Gonna love it. March 5th, Hope Alive will be over at Sal's Pizzeria in Jeffersonville. They have a buffet going to be happening there. Music will be happening there. We're going to be there to enjoy it. So make sure you show up on March 5th. Tickets, you can contact our secretary. She will be here. It's her mom in their restaurant. They'll give you all the details with that. So that's March 5th. March 29th, right here at our office located at 343 East Broadway, Suite 4, Monticello, New York, at 4:30. We have our ribbon cutting with Orange County Chamber of Commerce. That was moved from last week due to some circumstances they had over there, but they will be here on March 29th. April 23rd at the Rivoli Theater in Fallsburg, we have our 80s and 90s concert. It's going to be outstanding. We have the Moni Band, Tom Lovelace and the band coming. We have Ryan Weber coming. We're going to have Deanna coming. We're going to have R&D acoustic band. They're going to be there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We can't wait for that. Who else we have here? Let's see here. We also have a few other singers that's coming as well too. So April 23rd, tickets go on sale in 3 days. Yes, 3 days. Get your tickets now because only 150 people max can be at this theater for this event due to social distance, due to CDC guidelines. So only 150 people only. That holds more than 200, but we can only go with 150. So tickets go on sale in 3 days. So we can't wait for that. We're excited for this. Let's see here. What else we got coming up? Okay, for the prizes on the wheel. So far, what we have so far, we have 2 buffet tickets for the Sal's Pizzeria event on March 5th. We have 2 sets of 2 tickets each for the 80s and 90s concert. Can't wait for that. We have a $25 gift card from Steve's Grill over in, I believe it's New Hampton, a dinner over there. It's a brand new place. The lady is very nice. Her name is Eve. Wonderful person. We've known her when she was at the Vibes in Middletown. So they're going to give the $25 gift card for that. We have 6 Hope Alive shirts still. We're going to have 1, 3, 6, and 1 year of free advertisement on our podcast. Every week we do a podcast, and we like to show our support with other businesses as well. We also going to have the brand new CD by the official copy by Ryan Weber. He's in the process of making a brand new CD. He's also one of our artists. He's also our producer. So he is giving away a free CD of his music. It's going to be great. Good music, great music. So therefore, here's a word from our first sponsor.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by the Reiki Bar. Relax, release, revitalize. Take a shot of healing. All ages served. Some things we do are Reiki, crystal healing, sound healing, aromatherapy, reflexology, healing touch, divine insight, classes, and events. Come visit us at 120 Sullivan Street, Unit 5, Wurtsboro, New York 12790, or call us at 425-245-4101.
It's so heartbreaking when you see every time we put these pictures up. It's heartbreaking, to even think about, what if that was my daughter or my son out there and it's cold out there, it's snowing right now. Are they eating? Are they warm? Are they safe? Are they in trouble? It's just so heartbreaking when we see things like this every time. Then it seems like it's growing more and more and more and more now. Every day I'm seeing at least 15 to 25 people going missing a day. It just keeps adding up. I mean, what sick people out there can actually take somebody, just like that. I've been working on this Shanice Harris case since 2017, and when it started, it was my job. It was my job to find her. And as days go by, weeks go by, months go by, now we're in the years going by, you get personal with it. You get personal because you have this bond with the family, and you see him every day, either on Facebook or in person. And it's just heartbreaking because that you could do more. You feel that you could do more, and the father, this just really kills me right here because of the fact that he's on my board. He's a board member of mine, and it's crazy because I know the feeling that it's I don't know, it's just a tight feeling that when you look into his eyes, when he's talking about another missing person, you can feel that he's hurting. You know what I mean? He's hurting. But for him to stand right here with us and deal with other missing people as well too, it's got to be building up in him. Like, wow, how can he do this? It's just the whole thing is just crazy. And then the mom, I grew up with her. She's like a good friend of mine. And you could tell from the hurt that she has going on. You can see in the eye, you can see on her posts, it's a lot of hurt, and her sister, my God, she's one of our artists, and she wants to laugh because she's hurting, and then we're over here thinking there's something that we're not connecting. There's something there that we're missing. It's all crazy. It's just the whole thing is crazy. But we're going to do our best. And later on tonight, we're going to have, an officer. His name is Rick Hewitt. Nice guys. I'll tell you that right now. And they are all for this. They want to get down. They want to get help us start bringing home these missing people. This is what I said in the beginning. We're going to make change. We're going to grow higher. We're going to get our thing together big, and we're going to make sure that we are well known out there, because we are all about our community. We are all about the families. And we are all about these missing people. They need to be home, So anyway, we're going to get to our first guest. Our first guest is Tammy. Let's bring her right in.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Tammy. How you doing?
I'm doing well, actually, this week. Thank you. I'm doing really well.
How is your daughter?
She's doing good. There's some changes happening, but we're working through it. She's good. Immediately, we have a very close bond. So it was just like she hadn't been gone, and she said, "Mom, I knew you weren't gonna stop." She's like, "I called you because people kept knocking on the door, and I just knew that you weren't gonna stop." So she said, "It's so much easier just to tell you where I'm going than to be hiding and having the police, knocking on all her friends' doors all day."
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing because when you run away, you don't know what could happen.
No. She was staying with some pretty undesirable people at one point. So that was difficult. She didn't really feel that safe there. So that,
Right.
that's hard because you're in a compromised situation. You have to stay with people that you don't know who they are. You don't know their background. You don't know how they're going to react, who they have in their house. So it was difficult.
I'm sure. But at least on a good note, she was found safe.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for that,
Yeah.
because our children, we worry about them a lot every single day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah, she actually had watched the podcast, and it brought up a lot of emotions for her because she said, "Mom, she's like, I just want to be, I just want to be with my boyfriend." And I said, "Well, that's no problem. You can be with him. Just let me know." I brought her back up there to where she was staying. I brought her back yesterday, just hang out with him because I'm okay with that. I met the family, wonderful, beautiful, sweet family. So it's just about having communication with your loved one, saying,
Yeah.
"I'm okay." Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, because every teenager, they go through this.
Yeah.
They want to be out on their own, but on the other hand, they have to let us know too.
Mm-hmm.
So we can give them that space that they want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just so glad that that she's safe. I was very happy when he told me. We was out, over in Ellenville a couple of times. She's a very good hider. I give her that.
She stayed in. She went to a couple people's houses and she didn't leave the house. She was like, "It was terrible, Mom. It was terrible," because she's a people person. She likes to walk around, meet people, talk to people, and she's like, "It was terrible. I had to keep looking over my back, and she was hiding in bathrooms and under the beds when the police were coming and looking for her." So yeah, she and she had to tell people, lie to the adults there and say, "No, my mom's mean," or whatever, but that's okay. Kids do this stuff. But she called me. She's like, "Mom, come pick me up." I'm like, "I'm on my way. I'm already on my way. Where are you at?" So it was like, oh, it was such a relief. I picked her up and I came home and I just crashed. I was like, "Oh, my baby's back home."
And that's the main thing. That is the
Yeah.
main thing. And we're willing to, we have somebody that's still on standby for her in case she ever wants to talk to somebody. We have people for that. We would like to get her involved in some of our events that are coming up. Let her come out and let her see what really happens and what we're really dealing with today. It might open her up a little bit, like, wow, Mom, these people are really missing. Yeah, these people are really missing. Nope, I think she froze. Oh, there she is.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah.
These people are really missing for weeks and months and years, and their loved ones don't know, because this is the thing. When you run away and you're staying at people's houses, and then they'll kick you out or say, oh, no, you can't stay here. The cops are here. Then you're vulnerable. You're going to go with anyone. You're vulnerable for being tricked, and, oh, young kid come by, say, oh, stay with me. And then pretty soon he takes you somewhere and nobody knows. Nobody knows where you're at.
Yeah. Yeah. So we would love to meet her one day, so we could show her what we have on our walls, that we have about, I'll say about 21 people on our wall right now missing. And this is going from years and years and years and years. And, and every child should understand that, yeah, okay, I got rules, and am I going to follow them? Who knows? I'm just going to run away. But in reality, they don't really know what's really going on out in this world today. So we love to, have her come out one day, one of our events and hear testimonies.
And they don't understand the love that a parent has.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would love that. She's a people person. She's a detective, boy. She could help you guys. She's good.
Well, she's pretty good at hiding now. I'll give you that.
Really for. Yeah, she is. But one of the women that I met through your show, Erin, she's just an angel. She was on your chat on your last podcast, and I've been talking with her, and when she was gone, and she was saying, all right, just say this, I know you're mad right now, I know you're upset. She's like, just say this. She's like, and she really helped me open that communication up to get my daughter to come back. So I appreciate the support. So
well, that's what we're here for.
Thank you.
That's what we're here for. So, well, we want to wish you and your daughter the very best of luck in the future. Maybe one day we all can meet in person. That'd be great.
Yes.
And we thank you for your support as well.
Yes. I can't wait to get involved with you guys. You guys are doing wonderful work.
We try.
Yeah.
We try. But
you're looking for those people that society has given up on, police have given up on. You're looking for adults that the cops look at, well, they left on their own. You're searching for people that no one else is, and that's giving them a face, and that's beautiful.
Well, it's all about the families to us.
Yes, because they really love their loved one.
Absolutely. And there's so many that's been gone for so long. They need to know. It's time that they need to know.
Yeah, it's devastating. The pain that you go through when your loved one is missing, it is devastating. You have nightmares. You can't escape the worry and the just the pain in your stomach that, oh my God, you think of all the scenarios that could have happened. You think of the worst thing, and you're just it's like you're not complete until they're back. Yeah,
exactly. And this is why we are trying to build up a bigger team, so we can get more help, and so, because we want to beat the clock.
Yes.
In other words.
Yeah, that's important right at the beginning, getting in there and working and trying to find them, because they're still probably in that immediate location where they left.
Yep, that first 48 hours is critical.
It is. And, to get in there and work with the police and, hey, that, someone's missing, get on this case right away, instead of, a week or two later when God knows where they could be.
Right, exactly. And this is why, we want to make this an impact very, very deep and very heavy. So get it out there, because every day there's a missing person going missing every single day.
That's heartbreaking, truly heartbreaking. But I look forward to hopefully getting involved with you guys. I graduate this semester with my bachelor's in social work, human services. So, I would love to just get in there and, help any way I can,
Well, that would be great. The more we can add on, the better we can add.
Yeah, exactly. And help, talk to kids that, and now I understand the situation in a way that I wouldn't have. And my daughter understands the situation in a way that if it didn't happen, she wouldn't have, so it's great to have people that have been there, helping, volunteer and work with your organization.
Right. Well, we definitely appreciate it. And like I said, we look forward to meeting you guys, soon.
I can't wait. Yeah.
It'd be great, and we want to wish your daughter the best, and you as a mom.
Thank you.
So once again, we thank you again for coming on again with good news.
Yes. It's great to have good news and have closure.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So now we're on to the next chapter of, finding the next person.
Yes. And we're going to find them. We're going to
Absolutely.
find them.
So, but Tammy, thank you once again, for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
We'll definitely keep in touch throughout. All right.
Yes. I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay.
Absolutely. Take care. So yes. So good news to the end. Daughter back home. She's a young girl, 17-year-old girl. Kids just have to understand these days, what could really happen out there. But thank the Lord, she's back home. So we're going to take a quick break. Here's a word from our sponsor. So we are back. Look, we as parents, we have to guide our children from right from wrong. We have to let them know what could happen out there. Our next guest, Leah, is coming on now. This is very emotional. This is very, very emotional. With what just happened recently. All right. We worked before with her, I believe it was her uncle, if I'm correct. A few months ago, he went missing. But this is way different, but I will make a statement though. We don't judge anybody, we let the courts decide on what to judge. Okay, we don't, this thing right now you're about to hear, it's crazy, you know. So let's bring in Leah.
Hello.
Hi, Leah. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, she a cutie. Hi, little one.
Say hi.
First, I want to say I'm very sorry for what your family's going through
Thank you.
right now. You know, I was actually reading up on that a little while ago. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wow. That's all I can say is wow. You know.
Yeah.
Now, before you get into that, now was it your uncle that we was involved with a couple months ago?
Yeah, he did go missing. We still have yet to find him, unfortunately. We've called around to hospitals and, homes, nursing homes, things like that. And unfortunately, we still have yet to find him.
Now, he went missing where?
He was originally in Ahava. He had left there, bounced back and forth between a couple of different homes, had to be admitted into the hospital. They transferred him from Harris to somewhere out in Pennsylvania. And after that, we lost complete contact with him, and nobody in my family has heard from him since.
Well, we are building a good team right now. Later on tonight, we're gonna have a former police officer who is also a private investigator, and he's gonna be getting involved with us to help find these missing people. So now let's get to what's really going on. I don't know the whole details. You know,
unfortunately, there's not a lot that's really being released yet because things are obviously still being investigated. So it's still all over the place.
What happened?
So between January 25th and 26th, they're not really releasing the exact date yet, but a 2-year-old unfortunately was murdered. She was in custody of her mother and her mother's boyfriend, and unfortunately he had murdered her. And now there's questions obviously about what happened, and why was she alone with the boyfriend, and there's just questions all over the place now. And this was my brother's goddaughter, so it's very touchy with him. He's an absolute wreck over it, as I can imagine, because he didn't even get the chance to really be a godfather in her life, because that usually you'd only take that role on if something happens to the parents. And obviously now she's not here anymore, so it's been really hard on my little brother.
I'm sure. And how old was this little one?
She was 2. She would have been 3 in April. So she didn't even get to live at all, really. You don't get to even experience anything in your first 2 years of life. I'm sure she had milestones that she's reached and things like that, but unfortunately she didn't get to live a very long life.
Now her name was Amara.
Amara.
Right?
Amara. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's devastating.
It absolutely is.
To see any child,
mm-hmm.
be taken so early in life. I'm sure that your family is going through a lot right now. I'm 100% sure. So now the whole thing is under investigation now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's still pending, investigation. The whole process is still going on, and I'm in the works of right now putting together a candlelit vigil, so this way we can at least celebrate in her memory.
Absolutely. Well, you definitely have to let us know, because we would love to come by and support you guys as well.
Thank you.
We will never judge anybody, because we don't know the circumstances. We don't know what happened. That's why we let the courts decide of what happens.
Right.
We hope that there's justice, of course.
Absolutely.
Wow, I'm just lost for words with this.
Absolutely. When I found out, I was speechless. I said, there's absolutely no way, because I knew the mother. I went to school with her. I grew up with her, you know what I mean? So I knew her on a personal level. So to find out that all that had even happened, and I found out over Facebook, unfortunately, because my mother was working, so she didn't even get to call me ahead of time. So it was, I was heartbroken. I started calling my mom, and I was crying. crying. And I said, why didn't anybody tell me? You know, I had to find out over Facebook. And she was like, I'm sorry, I just haven't really had the time because of work and everything. And, you know, I felt bad because I didn't want to pin it all on my mom and try to blame her. You know what I mean? But it really stunk to find out over Facebook.
You know, social media is
Stinks
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the worst place to be. You know, I used to be on Facebook every single day, but then after a while, I started falling back on it because all you see is either drama or somebody getting kidnapped or politics.
Right.
Exactly. You know, so now I just go on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you're about it. You know?
I'm on there too.
I go on TikTok and I do my videos and I just have fun with it. But you know, I what we do want to know, now the guy who's gonna be on tonight, now he's on at 9:00. He these guys are good. These guys are outstanding. You know, you have to send me the information about your uncle again.
Okay, absolutely.
You know, because this is something that needs to be found.
Oh,
right now.
absolutely. Yeah. It's been almost a year now that nobody's heard from him. And my grandmother's absolutely heartbroken over it. She's, you know, pushing 90s and she's like, where the heck is my son? Yesterday, she was really asking questions about it and she's got dementia and stuff. So it's very hard to like explain things to her because she's very forgetful. So she's constantly asking over and over, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And unfortunately, we have no answers to really give to her.
Right. Well, if you call here Monday, our secretary be here. She's a good person. She'll guide you through everything, you know, and then you can shoot her, you know, an email with the picture and everything. And then we'll get this started quickly.
Perfect.
Again, you know, and hopefully we can get some answers for your uncle as well, too, right now.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
But Leah, just once again, we're sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
You know, please let us know, you know, when you have the vigil because we do want to come to it.
Right now, I'm planning it hopefully for this upcoming Monday, pending weather, of course. Around 5:00, we're thinking, because obviously it's, you know, sun's going down normally at that time because of snow. And, you know, whoever comes. And, you know, we're happy to have any support in memory of Amara.
Well, you'll definitely have us.
Thank you.
You know, because our kids is our future.
Absolutely.
Right now.
Absolutely. I have 3 little girls of my own that I would be absolutely devastated without. So.
Well, my daughter ain't young. She's 14, but still.
Yeah, mine range in almost 2 to 8. So mine are still young.
But once again, I just want to thank you, you know, for coming on tonight because, you know, sometimes it could be hard.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You know, definitely keep us going with the whole thing. Tammy, I think it's 5:00. She said. Somebody's asking what time.
Yep, 5:00. That's
Monday.
what time
Yes.
I'm planning on going. Hopefully, like I said, pending weather, of course. I tried to pick the best day for weather. That was the only day that wasn't showing snow. So I don't know if things have changed since I last checked, but hopefully, weather will be okay that day still.
Well, that's so because I know when we had our vigil, it was freaking cold.
Oh, I'm sure. That's why I said make sure whatever you do, dress warm, bring plenty of candles, and we'll stay as long as we can.
It gets cold, so especially in Sullivan County up here.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And as we all know, weather can change in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, we just found out tonight. So it's snowing out here now. Like, oh, God. But anyway, Leah, thank you for coming tonight. And make sure you call all of us on Monday. Our secretary name is Maria. A lovely person. You know, she'll take care of everything for us and everything. And then we'll get this rolling.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right.
Good night.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow. 2-year-old little girl, little baby. It's a baby. Wow. You know, things like that kill me. It kills me, you know, missing people too. Oh my God. I mean, we got so much going on right now. You know, and that's why I'm so glad. I'm happy. I thank the Lord that our organization is growing and we're getting some real good people involved with us now, you know, which is very, very good. Because that's very, very important to have good people that is with you for the cause. You know, this is what makes an organization very, very good. You know, it's just we're just blessed that we have some good people with us now. You know, next week we won't be on next week because next week is going to be our producer's birthday. You know, but also too, his wife's uncle just passed away recently. You know, we send our love and condolences out to the family. You know, they've been having a rough 2022. I tell you that right now. First, the grandmother passed away, and now their uncle. You know, that's a hard way to come in 2022. You know, so but yeah, but we're gonna take a quick break from our other sponsor, and then we will be back with Kathleen Scott.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by Schmitz Wholesale, a family-run wholesale distributor of plumbing, heating, electrical pumps, waterworks, and HVAC supplies. That's Schmitz Wholesale, 845-794-5900 or 150 Jefferson Street in Monticello.
Okay, we are back. So, you know, our next guest, she is all about change. I love this lady. She is all about change. In Sullivan County, this is what we need up here in Sullivan County, in all counties. We are all about change. You know, so this is a great time, you know, to have somebody that it's all about change. So let's bring in Kathleen Scott.
Hi, thanks for having me. I love that introduction.
Well, thank you for joining us.
I hope
you know,
I can live up to that introduction.
Well, you know, so far, you know, as I've been following you, you know, you're doing amazing things, you know, and you speak out too. You get the point right out there.
I think you and I have something in common, which is that we are passionate people. And when we are passionate for a cause, that we just give 110% of our heart and soul to it. So, yeah, you know, I appreciate your kind words. It's encouraging to hear. And I think we all need encouragement sometimes because it can get a little lonely out here when you're working in the community, trying to change things. And so I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, how could we, as us organization, help you all out? You know, because what we want to do is start going to the schools and start educating our kids about running away. Mm-hmm. You know, what can happen out there? You know, and we want to bring more awarenesses to Sullivan County. I mean, what's your thoughts on that perspective?
I think that educating kids is important, incredibly important. Community problems have community solutions. And in Sullivan County, we face a lot of challenges. Part of the problem is that we don't have a great landscape for employment, right? Poverty is an issue. And you see a lot of these challenges come up when you have communities that have a hard time making ends meet and struggling. And education is a great way to combat that. You know, informing people about what their rights are or who is out there to help them. So I really applaud your efforts because it is, I don't think people understand how big of an issue missing persons is in this country. And to prepare to come on and speak with you tonight, I looked into it, and it's a staggering 500 to 600,000 people annually who go missing. Not everyone stays missing. There are resolutions. Like earlier, you had that mother who her daughter did reach out to her. Sadly, not all cases have those happy endings, but it's a big problem. And I think communities like ours, we have to be careful, and we have to look to see what resources we have in our community to try and combat that. And education is key. Reaching out to kids, getting to kids early is key. And we know that when kids go missing, whether it's because they left home or, you know, God forbid, not by their own choice, but especially if they leave home by their own choice, there's a lot of bad outcomes. There's a lot of people that are out there waiting to prey upon them, and educating them is key to preventing that from happening. You know, understanding that you can have a bad day, you can be mad at your mom, you can, but it'll get better, right? Giving them tools and resources to try and get them to find another way to resolve their problem other than walking out the door. So yeah, I think what you're doing is incredibly important.
You know, I think what we're trying to do now, we're trying to get our local police departments in all counties right now. That's just Southern County, but all counties. If somebody goes missing and they need the help, they can count on us because we're going to get out there immediately. You know, we have search teams already. You know, we're getting ready to have 2 of the finest of the private investigation involved with us, the former cops. You know, they're getting ready. He's going to be on after you. You know, just like with Shanice Harris case up in Southern County. You know, we're still working on that one. You know, that's a pretty big one. You know, the father's on our board. You know, so it's just hard because our community don't really understand what's really going on outside here. What's really going on? You know, because they're thinking about, oh well, the schools are doing this, but the drugs is doing this. Yes, there's a lot of violence. There's a lot of violence going on right now. But violence, a runaway child, a drug addict, you know, can turn into a missing person. You know, domestic violence can turn into a missing person. Yeah. You know, so big issues right here we have.
Those are big issues. And a lot of times, connection between the community and law enforcement is key. Having those connections so that time doesn't elapse, right? Time is not your friend when you have any kind of situation, whether you have a child who's addicted, you know, a teenager who's addicted. Domestic violence is a huge issue. And I believe that we're under-resourced here in Sullivan County when it comes to domestic violence and these issues, right? Substance abuse, we're under-resourced. But having that connection within your local law enforcement and your local government is key, because time is not your friend. You don't have time. The more time that elapses, the more that can happen. So yeah, I think that's really important to have those connections with law enforcement.
Absolutely. You know, and we have a few things that we're working on right now. Of course, you know, we're going to need the help from our communities, but what we want to do, like I said before, we want to go to all the school districts and start teaching our kids, educating our kids about running away, you know, what to do if somebody approaches you, you don't know. You know, and then we also want to get involved self-defense classes. You know, this is our high priority right now is self-defense classes, you know, with finding the right area, get a high-risk runaway child or any child off the streets, come in maybe once a month, you know, so we can show them a little bit what's going on, get them into self-defense classes so they are prepared, you know, and then even with domestic violence, you know, it go for a male or a female. You know, if they are struggling so bad, instead of taking off, we need to get them help before it's too late.
Exactly. And that's why I go back to education is key. Understanding when you're in trouble, right? Understanding, like when I was a kid, we grew up with the blue van or the white van that was going around kidnapping kids, you know, and I remember my parents, they had moved us up from the city. And I remember my parents sitting us down and having talks with us and probably, you know, when you grow up in the city, it's a little bit different than when you grow up in the country, but having conversations with us about knowing your surroundings, you know, just being able to handle ourselves so that God forbid a situation came up, we could handle ourselves. And I think the same goes, you know, you're talking about domestic violence, which is an issue that I find incredibly serious. You know, how women and people, I shouldn't just say women, because there are men who are victims of domestic violence, but how people can get help, how to survive in the moment and how to get help. Where are the resources and how to get help? And again, this is somewhere where we see a connection with law enforcement is key for helping the victims of domestic violence. And a lot of times kids don't have a choice. Kids get stuck in the middle in these situations with domestic violence situations. And sometimes that's why kids leave home. Right? Sometimes kids are escaping a situation that is beyond their control and they need help and no one's helping them. So they find a way to get out of it. And again, not good outcomes for those kids. These are a lot of people that fall between the cracks. And that's why, I think community work is so important, because we, as a community, we want to be there for each other. And if we are there for each other, there's less cracks in which people can fall.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We will be honored to do something with you guys over there. Maybe we can come up with a plan. We already have the missing person going on right now. We want them to be able to come to us, to help them. And what we want is the police department is to allow it, like Liberty. They're an outstanding police department. The young man went missing. We got involved with it. It wasn't a good outcome. It was a sad outcome, but they connected with us, and we connected with them, and wherever we found, we worked together.
And that's important, because I don't think people understand sometimes that law enforcement wants to help, but they have rules and laws and regulations. But for them to have a community partner so that they say, we might not be able to do this for another 24 hours, 48 hours, but we can reach out to somebody in the community who can take action today, who's willing to be boots on the ground and organize and do something right now. And, that's a great relationship to have, where one helps the other and then there's a reciprocal kind of situation going on.
Yeah, because if we can work together, a lot more will probably be saved right now. Right. And that's why I say community problems have community solutions. When I say this a lot, at 2 a.m. when that fire alarm goes off because you have a fire, it's your friends and neighbors in this community who are showing up for you. People who have jobs and families who are rolling out of bed at 2 a.m. on nights like tonight, because this happened to my family. It was a cold, icy January night when we had a fire at 2 a.m. And that's why I always say at 2 a.m. And our neighbors rolled out of bed, got on the road, showed up, and, saved our house. That's the kind of community that we live in. That's a community solution. And I think sometimes we get disconnected from that in today's day and age. We get a little disconnected from that. And we just have to remind ourselves that we have the resources to solve a lot of these things. We just have to reach out to each other and count on each other. So yeah, that's a beautiful relationship that you have with that police department, that they reached out to you. Well, now we want to get a bigger relationship with you guys over there at the government center.
Well, I can't speak for the government center. I'm usually, as my my boyfriend says, I'm usually storming the castle on Thursdays for these meetings. But I have found that having that open communication and constant conversation with the legislators is helpful. There are several legislators who I have open dialogue with regularly, and it's helpful. I have a better connection and understanding of how my government works since I've started this in the last year and a half. And yeah, it's important. And another thing is that this is a democracy. It is government by the people for the people. So you have to show up as the people to remind them that they're working for you and how you want to see your government perform. So
amen. Amen to that, because we have reached out to so many politicians in our past year. Was it good outcomes? No, it wasn't good outcomes, but it happens, but we have to keep moving. That's how I see it. We keep moving.
You can't quit. You just gotta, I like to say that I'm a big pain in the butt.
Yeah.
That's how I get things done. I don't quit. I'm tenacious. And you have to be. And that's the thing is, I love that your name is Hope Alive. hope is hard, right? Cynicism and being cynical is cheap and easy. Anyone can be cynical. Being hopeful and having faith is hard. It's one light in the middle of a dark night and trusting that light to get you through. Hope is hard and it takes work and you have to be dedicated. And there's no reward other than the work itself. So you have to keep at it. Sometimes you get rejected. I always like to say no is a gateway to yes. When somebody tells me no, when I'm working on something, advocating for the community, that's just another opportunity for me to try again until
when they tell me no, and when they tell me no, it makes me push harder.
Right. Exactly. So, hope is hard. Worth it. I would much rather be somebody of faith and hope than cynical, but it's hard. It's not easy. You got to be dedicated.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to, maybe doing some events with you guys, in the future. I know we have a big one coming up soon. We can't wait for it, at the Rivoli Theater.
Yes. I've heard your plugs for it. Yes. We're doing some Valentine's Day cards for the nursing homes. There's a group of us who are working on this for Meals on Wheels, for some of the people in the community that get forgotten. So we're doing little messages of love just to let people know that there's somebody out there who does care and remembers them and loves them. So if anyone would like to participate, you can drop off any kind of greeting card. You can homemade. A lot of people made them. I didn't have time, so I bought mine. But you can drop them off at our local nursing homes in Achieve, in Liberty, the Care Center at Sunset Lake and Liberty, or Roscoe Nursing Home. You can mail them there too, but anyone can always reach out to me too and get more information. But little things like this are really important because this is connection, and it's remembering people who often get forgotten or overlooked.
Well, count us in for that one. We'll definitely get involved with that. We'll definitely get involved with that one.
All right.
But Catherine, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a real honor.
Yes, and we look forward to meeting with you soon and making change. We get the change going.
That's right.
So thank you, Catherine. And thank you for your donation too.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
We will talk to you then.
Okay. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye. So that was Catherine Scott. Very nice lady, everybody. If you guys want to get a part of the Valentine's Day for the nursing homes, please reach out to us too. So because we're gonna get involved with that. I think that's very important. That our people are the people in the nursing homes that they are not forgotten, are veterans that they are not forgotten. So yeah, reach out to us. We'll be right back with Rick Hewitt.
Today's episode is sponsored by Steve's Music Center. That's Steve's Music Center at 248 Rockville Drive, Rockville, New York. Stop in and see Steve or give Steve a call at 845-796-3616. You can even shop online at stevesmusiccenter.net, a full music retailer that specializes in boutique guitar effects and replacement pickup. Again, give Steve a call at 845-796-3616.
We are back. Once again, if you wish to get on the prize wheel, please go to our website, www.hopealive845.com. It's a fundraiser event for us to gain more funds so we can start doing bigger things. And our next guest coming up, he is a private investigator, him and his partner. Now we met with them. They came to our office. We had a long talk. We were going over certain cases. These guys are ready. These guys are ready to get out there and help us. Find the missing person, whatever cases we have going on right now. They are all for. They're ready to go. So we are trying to work a thing going on right now. So please welcome Mr. Rick Hewitt. Hey, Rick.
How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing?
Good, doing great. How's everything?
Oh, can't complain. Keeping warm.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, Rick. So tell everybody, what do you do?
So, well, I have a security company, but we do private investigations as well. You met myself and my director, Mike. Private investigations is one part. We do a security as well. But with you, obviously, we're going to focus on the investigations. My background, I'm retired NYPD, 23 years, was a detective in the squad, promoted to sergeant, ran a domestic violence team as well. Also spent my end of my career as a narcotics sergeant, supervising investigations. Mike, our director, spent also 23 years with the NYPD. 18 years in the 3-2. He was in the squad, and he retired out of the Manhattan North Homicide Squad. So that's why we're excited to come on with you. Our investigative skills are clearly, we're not going to have a problem or any obstacles or anything that we haven't probably investigated before. Obviously, there's always something different, but we're going to be able to help, and that's what we're here for.
When he came to the office, you've seen all the missing people we had on the wall, and there's certain cases I was talking to you about particular, what does it take as you being experienced as an NYPD when it comes down to a missing person?
Well, like you said, time is of the essence, right? So we have to get on it. We have to know the particulars. We have to get out there, boots to the ground, on the computers, doing what we have to do, interviewing, getting to know more about the case, getting to know more about the person we're looking for, right? We got to know what their habits. We got to learn a lot. We have to learn a lot fast. So with that, we can get out there and we can actually try to figure out, where did this person go? Why is this person, what's going on? It's a puzzle, right? We got to figure it out. So I think that's the big thing that we can really, really is put it all together and then take it to the next level, where I'd like to assume that, well, I already know we have a good relationship with a lot of local PDs anyway, but we could work as a liaison with the local agencies, and I'm sure they'd be a little more willing to share some information with Mike, because, we've been there, done that. We're law enforcement. Once law enforcement, always law enforcement, right? Although we're doing investigations now on our own. So I just think that it's all super important. And it's all time. Time is of the essence to learn, and just get to know more about that person so we can find that person.
Right. Now, we also talk about the old case that we have, 84, Marvin Gibbs. How hard is that usually to get it back open, to find out more, maybe new stuff from an old case?
I don't think it's hard. It's not hard to reopen a case, right? It's the same. It's just a lot more digging, a lot more finding out. It's not at your fingertips. Now you're actually really putting time. It's going to take time. This takes time. Time is not of the essence. It takes more time, more investigative, more computer checks, more canvassing, more finding out who can we talk to, that maybe we can find something different that's going to help us to at least get closure on a case. So easy to reopen, just a lot more time consuming.
Absolutely. We have this one case that we've been working on, the Shanice Harris case. It's a big one. It's horrible what's going on with it now. The problem that we're having is that there's hardly no communication, with the local PD on this one. We understand that the feds are involved. We have spoken to them several times, But it's just, I think the key word is communication right now with cases like this.
I agree, and that, and like you said, it's heartbreaking too. Talking to her dad, who's on your board, and just really trying to get more information. So, like you said, communication with the family, with the investigators, with the crowd she hung out with, whoever, just communication and put it all together and trying to figure out that puzzle.
Right. Well, I am so glad that you guys came up and was meet up with us. We are definitely looking forward, getting you guys on board with us. We are in the process of doing a lot of other things to get that to happen right now. So I think it's going to work out. I really do.
I hope so. We're excited too. After sitting with you, we both, we walked out. I know we've communicated. We're just like, we really hope we can get this going, because I think it's a really, really good cause. You guys do a great job. Even just the guest you had before, Leah, like cases like that. Now, obviously, we're looking, she has her uncle's missing, her grandmother, I think, the son, her son,
Yep.
Older and wants to know, like, where is this guy? So that's something, you see it and you're like, I have so many questions already, like, about that one case. There's so many missing. I got a million questions that think where I could go with this, that, stuff like that we look forward to. Like, well, we get a case, let's run with it and let's find out let's help these people.
Absolutely. We have one case, a young girl from the Bronx, her name is Cassandra Ramirez. She went missing a couple years ago, and she just disappeared out of nowhere. A young Puerto Rican girl, just gone, 25 years old, 24 years old, just gone. After you, we have another lady coming on. She was with the NYPD as well. Her mother's missing.
Okay. From up here?
Yeah. From the Bronx.
Okay.
From the Bronx, and her husband is in the military. She's I think she's still, or no, I think she might be out of the NYPD, but her mother's been missing. We talked about that before. Elena De La Cruz.
Yes. Oh yeah.
The one who went to the store and just disappeared.
Right. Yeah. I remember.
So she's coming on next. And we have a few going on right now. We have a few new ones too that we have. But right now we're trying to focus on one at a time right now until we get more help involved. Because when you get over 21 cases, like, okay, well, where do I go now? So
yeah, it's tough. It reminds us of the day when we were back in the squad, and you come to work and there's 6 new cases sitting on your desk. Where do you start, right? You got to figure out. You can't really prioritize, right? They're all important to everybody.
Yeah,
you got to put that 100% effort into each case. So
yeah, exactly. And then it's just like with the other one, we shot Hammond. We might have a spot where she was spotted. She's been missing for a good 4 or 5 years now from Colorado, but she could be up in the city now from what we're hearing. So now we're trying to get into that one to get closure for that mom, to give her relief. We just did one recently, guy over in Springfield, Mass. His mom wanted to know where he was at, been missing. Apparently the local PD found him, but they won't tell her that, they won't give her no proof. I don't understand why that, but I mean, he is old. He's an adult. He has a right, not to be don't be known. So there's a few of them that's kind of twisted up a little bit.
Yeah, that one we're gonna have to talk about later off the air on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That was a little crazy, but and I know we were out looking for him as well, just to get an eyesight that okay, he's alive. But we'll see. But Rick, man, we look forward to work with you guys. Definitely looking forward.
Excited, seriously, Domingo. Hopefully we get this what we need to get done, and like I said, I'm gonna go with you when we have to present.
Meet Colin. Yep. Yeah. So
well, let's get it done, man. Let's. I really want to start working with you guys, and Mike as well. Mike's pretty excited to put the time in. So.
Right. Well, we got a couple of cases lined up for you guys already.
Good. We're ready. Hopefully, the sooner we get the better.
Yeah, more eyes on it, the better for
sure.
everybody. So,
But
but Rick,
I will still be standing by because I'm interested to hear. I'm not going to go anywhere, so I want to hear your next guest as well. So.
okay, great. I very appreciate it. And I thank you for taking your time, by joining us tonight. And everybody's happy that, that they see that it's growing now.
Good. Yeah, no, thank you. We'll be in touch for sure.
Yes, thank you a lot, Rick. And I will talk to you then.
All right, Domingo. Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Rick Hewitt, guys. These guys are going to be joining us, on a lot of cases that we're working on. This is very important right now, that we get these cases to be home, to bring these people home. So we're going to take a quick break. Our next guest, she should be coming on, Tiana. She should be coming on in a couple minutes. So we're going to take a quick break. Look at the faces, people that's going to be showing up. If you know something, say something. Contact us by any of these faces that's going to be shown. We'll be right back.
Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone.
All right, we are back. Such a sad thing, made that young, beautiful girl, sleep with the angels, it's tough. All right, so our next guest is getting on now. She's gone. She's popping in a couple minutes. Her mother, her name is Elena de la Cruz, went missing. She just walked to the store and she just vanished. It's very important that, if you see those faces that if you know something about any missing person, or you might have seen them walking down the street or something, you got to contact us immediately. We have to find out. We have to know, because it could be one day your child. It could be your child one day. So if the community comes together and work together, we can save so many lives. So therefore, I'd like to welcome our next guest, Tiana. She was on before a while back, and she's coming back on tonight. So please welcome Tiana.
Hi, everyone.
It's good to see you again. How you all doing?
We're doing good. We're staying safe. We're staying safe over here.
So just to re-flash back, you were a NYPD, correct?
I work with the NY. No.
Okay.
I work with the Charlottesville Police Department in Virginia.
Okay. Virginia, okay. And your husband is in the military?
Yeah.
Thank you for your services, both of you. Any news about your mom?
No, we just did a swab test for CODIS, so that my DNA can be in the system. I should be in the city the following week. Gonna work with some detective, retrace some steps, interview a few more people, go back to my mom's house and look if we missed anything. But right now, it's just still a waiting game of if someone is going to say something, you know?
So, right. So back then, she just went to the store,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it.
Yep. She went to the
Just
store
vanished,
and disappeared.
and she didn't take nothing with her, like her wallet or anything, to the store with her.
Oddly, because she had to buy her goodies from the store, you know? She bought her ID and her credit, her card, her bank card. But after that moment, it's like a lost track, no bank transaction, no calls, no way to reach her. I'm sure it's all over. I'm so sorry. No or anything. So we're just trying to we try to check her food stamps, we try to check her bank account, we try to check her phone. Just everything is just all over the place right now when no one knows where to look.
And there's no activity on any of her credit cards or anything.
Nope. It hasn't been used since the day she vanished. It's like it just fell off the face of the earth. Sorry.
That's all right. No, it's quite all right. You know, but I mean, I was actually talking to a private investigator who was going to be joining us soon. You know, he was just on before you. You know, he actually came up to the office and we're talking about your mom. You know, and I could tell him that this is weird. This is odd. You know, I mean, she just goes to the store and she's just gone.
Yep.
Like,
One knows what's going on. Is just literally, like I say, dropped off the face of the earth.
now, are they expecting any kind of foul play or no?
Right now, they haven't said anything about it, but we do know there was a lot of cases with children missing. So,
But why would it take your mom? She's not a child. That's like, wow.
I mean, yeah, because she can't be a sex worker. I'm just saying she's old for that. Yeah, like she's, I don't know. It could be anything from just being bored and doing what they want to do. It could be anywhere from someone wanting to take body parts for black market. It could be so many things. I'm not saying it is because I don't want to, but those are the things that do happen. You know, some people just find it fun to rob a car just because they can. Some people just kill because they can. Some people do what they want because they can. So I don't know whether it's foul play. I don't know if they know what's foul play. But there's just so many variables and nothing is being pinpointed to anything because they don't have nothing to go on because no one's speaking or whoever did what they did is pretty damn good at their job.
You know, we have a few cases like that right now that the person missing, whoever's involved, they did a good damn job. You know, covering the tracks and everything. You know, and that makes it hard.
That makes it hard. It makes it abundance of people missing. It's a lot of lives that can't be found because of it. So maybe we'll find them all in a batch. Maybe we'll find them in one location each and every time. But if they bury them good, I mean, unless you're a reader to dig someplace, you're not going to dig, you know?
Right. Absolutely. I mean, wow. You know, every day I pop on Facebook, I just scroll. I see more and more people going missing in the city than anything. Wow. You know, your mom's from the Bronx, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the Bronx. You know, I used to live on Harrison Avenue myself. You know, there's other young girls out there missing from the Bronx too.
Yeah, but
you know,
they're more in Brooklyn missing too now.
Yeah. I mean, what's causing this is the question. Why do these people want to take somebody else's family member from them?
Like I've lived in the Bronx. I don't think that this is any different than what it's been doing for years since I've been little. It's just I just put it in my perspective as this been happening. But because I wasn't involved, I just didn't know how much of it was happening. But this was everybody's life. This was an everyday life for some people, and it just happened to now be mine. So I can't say whether this is an increase of missing people or a decrease of missing people. It's more brighter now that I'm part of it.
I think it's an increase. I've been seeing an increase because I was just talking to somebody recently up in Buffalo, New York, and they're telling me average 10 to 20 a week.
In Buffalo?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
10 to 20 a week. I'm thinking, wow, holy shit. What do we got to do? I mean, you're in law enforcement, what do we have to do to decrease this?
Honestly, what I've noticed in my department, like I said, I'm not a police officer. I work for the police department. I am an accountant for the chief. But we do notice that we're short-staffed. There's so many people who aren't there. A lot of people aren't raising their hand to be police officers anymore. We're facing the part where people hate police officers. Why would anyone want to be a police officer to save people's life when they hate them? People want to say fuck the police, but then people are risking their lives when you call 911 to come to them, and they don't know whether they're risking their life or somebody else trying to help you out. And I'm not saying that that's an everyday sacrifice. We got people who constantly say fuck the police. You know what I mean? And yet we call them when we need them. Now people are more scared to do that because they're so scared from all the things that's happening, where they're getting attacked on. Two police officers just died, Yeah. But yet you want someone to raise their hand. I'm not saying I agree to. I'm saying yet you expect someone to raise their hand and say, I want to be a police officer. You know what I mean? Like I didn't look at this in a different way until I started working there. Like we're man down in Charlottesville, Virginia. We're man down in New York. They're scrambling. They don't have enough police officers to accommodate these cases. And then you have the police officers who's trying to handle the case but getting pulled away because somebody want to try and burn down the Christmas tree. Officers who are on a case and put them on because somebody's doing something ignorant because they're drunk or they have nothing better in life. So we barely have police officers, and then when we have to let them go to do something, we're taken away. So I know for a fact we just don't have. I mean, people like, but they're police. We just don't have a lot of police officers. And on top of that, police officers don't get paid a lot of money. So whatever misconception people have, they don't get paid that much money. I mean, you would think they do, but they don't. I know a few, just I can't say too much, but a few police officers don't make more than $21 an hour.
And they're out there risking their lives.
So, you want them to put their hand up, you want them to do this, but there's not. It would be different if people still believed in wanting to do this. But people aren't going to academy. People don't want to be police officers anymore. Since we don't have people who want to go police officers, then we don't have them on the streets.
You know what irritates me the most, though? I see it all the time. The community will sit there and snitch on a drug dealer. Mm-hmm. But they will not snitch on a missing person. that right there irritates me the most.
And I think, in some ways, I think it's more of a fear base. Like, I know what this drug dealer is capable of. I know how he can kill me. I know he can terrorize my family. I know if I do say something, and then another person, I know if I say something, they may track it back to me, and I'm bringing my family into danger. So it's one of those, I wish that you would do it, but then I understand that there is a liability for you and your family.
Unless it happens to them.
Yes. And then they'll be in the same position saying, I wish you would do it, but I will understand. Like I try and understand both sides of the coins. I know why some won't, and I know why some should. I wish they would, but I understand the dangers of it, Like in the city, you're taught to mind your business and take care of you and yours. When it comes down to, and that's just a city, you mind your business and take care of you and yours, until that you and yours become something like me,
Absolutely. But we got to find your mom. I mean, that's no question about it. We had to find all these missing people going on right now because we're just piling up right now. I'm thinking, wow, and there's so many going on right now. I'm thinking, why? What's so important snatching somebody away from their family.
And that's what I don't know, unless it's a black market thing where they're profiting a whole bunch, or just someone who just has nothing better to do with themselves, and it's just a high. And at this point, this high of this person, he's getting out hand, and he's getting so wild. And the police officers, I don't know if they know what to do. I don't know if they know where to start. I don't know if they even have the manpower to even understand where to begin. You know, like there's a serial case. I mean, for all we know, this can be a serial murder person. I don't know. I mean, I'm just.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You know, but once we get rolling with these two ex-NYPD officers, they're the private investigators, we're going to start jumping on. I mean, they're going to start jumping on these.
To find like the last ping of my mom's cell phone, because the police officers still haven't done it. They said they can't do it.
Why can't they?
Because too much time has passed and the phone is off.
No, they should do that immediately. It should have been done immediately.
They refused. At least if we even knew, like if I know from the mother's number, from what I learned is I don't know who my mother's cell phone provider was when she got the phone, because she had one phone and she lost that phone, and she called me. She said, Taina, this is my new number, save it. And I said, okay, that was the day before she went missing. And she had a new phone, so I didn't know who her provider was, you know? Before I knew her provider, now I didn't know her provider. So I went and I called all the phone companies. The phone company that rang to me, T-Mobile, said that number was ours as of March and was disconnected. But because it's your mother's new number, numbers get recycled, so we don't know where that number went to.
I'm sure that there's a way that we can find out, you know, somehow. Yeah, I'm shocked that they didn't ping it immediately. I mean, that's the first thing that should have been done.
They made us wait 3 weeks just to get a police report. We called them and we begged them before the surveillance around the streets were deleted, and they just told us your mom has she has 2 hands, 2 feet, and a mouth. She's a grown woman. She doesn't need to tell you where she's going.
See, that's where the mistake came in at. That's the big mistake right there, you know, because
she's not 65. There's no silver alert needed. Blah blah blah. And we were like, no, she's missing. She has cancer. She's this. She got a speech impediment. She's hard of hearing, and they wouldn't care. 3 weeks later, my cousin went to the police officer, threw a fit, and they finally gave us one. But by that time, they said, oh well, the cameras aren't only good for 7 days. They get recorded over, so there's nothing we can do.
So all that time wasted now. And now we're going what, 8 months, 9 months?
No, we're probably in the 5th month now.
5th month now. Also, all that time was wasted. You know, that's just like the case up here up here. You know, the police told the family come back in 24 hours. That's not the law. There is no law for that. You know, a family knows more about their loved one than what we do. They wouldn't know something's wrong. We all live with our family, you know, and then when they came back, another PD says, why'd you wait so long? Because now we're going on 5 years. 5 years now.
And they don't have any leads on that one at all?
We've been working that case since day one.
And anything new happened?
No, the problem that we're having is no communication. That's the problem. You know, we don't know what they're doing. And they don't know what we're doing because there's no communication. We try to reach out so many times, but there's no communication. You know, that's why we have a bill act that we're working on right now. Yeah. You know, it's called the Shanice Harris Act. And in this bill, what we're trying to push now is that a family, by law, should have the right to go to the police department where they filed the report at and get a copy for a legit verified organization. Also, if the police is backed up, because yes, they are short, absolutely, then they should send them over to us so we can get out there immediately. Immediately. You know, it shouldn't be who gets brownie points, because we don't want no brownie points. You know, some do, but we don't. You know what I mean? We want to bring this loved one home. You know, we want to save a life instead of having a life taken from us. You know, you see on Facebook every day, some people will post up a missing dog all over the damn place. What about a missing person? They're human. They're real. They're lives. So, and then also in this bill act too, what we want to do is have an app that we are trying to create an app for all the police departments. So if somebody comes in to the police department and if I'm in support, we get an alert immediately. So that's what we're working on right now. And we have good people behind us to push this bill to go through. I met with Assemblyman 2 weeks ago, and I already did my whole thing already. Now it's just to get it to go through. It could be a big change because there is no law in 24-hour report a missing person. So maybe the police departments should get retrained again on how to handle a missing person report because your mom, they don't know your mom, but your mom. You know how she's going to act. If something's odd. They don't know that. We don't know that. We only know what you tell us. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is where the big problem comes involved because a lot of these police departments, like upstate here, not New York City, but upstate here, they're small. Okay, yeah, they'll come back in 24 hours or come back tomorrow. No, it should not be that way because now you got family out there like you who is suffering every single day, not knowing where your loved one is at. You don't know if your mom is freezing right now. You don't know if your mom is out there being sexually assaulted. Nobody knows anything because they're not doing what they need to be doing. And that's why we are trying to make the change. And that's why we are pushing the change.
Yeah.
But on your mom, though, we're going to keep on pushing this out there because she could be my mom. You know what I mean? She's older than I am, but yeah, I mean, she could be my mom, and I mean, that's a human being. That's not no animal. She's probably being taken by animals because that's what they are. They're animals out there.
And they need a better system. I think they need a better report system within the hospital. Like if a Jane Doe comes in, like every time a hospital gets a Jane Doe, that should be reported into an app or reported into something. That because it is a disconnect. Unless you continuously call in the hospital, you won't know if there's a Jane Doe.
Yeah, because the HIPAA law.
Mm-hmm.
The HIPAA law. So your mom could be in a hospital for all this time. Nobody knows. Nobody knows because they don't say anything when they should. If the missing file is filed, the hospitals alone should work with the local PDs and a legit verified organization if that person is missing. So we know we can contact the family. Look, your family member is in the hospital.
Like, can't they take a blood test and run it through CODIS?
Of course they can. Of course they can. But are they going to do it? Or are they going to say, oh, it's too much money? No. The state pays for everything. You know what I mean? They pay for everything. If they can get out there and start pushing out home test COVID kits, that, by the way, is not accurate. They're not accurate.
Positive for that.
You got
COVID. Y'all got COVID.
If I got an earache, I got COVID. It's so far way beyond right now. I took the home test. I took it 3 times because I was sick. And I figured, okay, well, maybe I got COVID again. If I got COVID again, it'd be 3 times I caught COVID already. And it came back negative. But I was sick. I had the flu.
Yeah.
That's all I had was the flu. 2 days I was down. Got back up. I'm out at it again. But if they can send out free COVID kits, which you pay a lot of money for, then goddamn it, they can start paying for this other stuff that needs to be done.
Yep.
But yes, we're definitely going to hook you up with the private investigator. As soon as we get everything in order with them. We have a few cases that we have lined up right now where we want them to be at because they're important. Well, every missing person is important, but we're going back and bringing it back up. You know what I mean? From the latest to the newest. is what we're gonna do, you know. And I really think that I hope and pray that your mom is okay. You know, she needs to be home. She needs to be back in her apartment.
Yeah.
Well, then again, she needs to be out there with you guys.
She needs to be in Virginia with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, out in Virginia, is there a lot of missing people out in Virginia?
No, not where I live at.
Really?
My job is very good at finding, like, I think it was a couple of weeks ago where one girl's like, I can't find him. He's not home. He hasn't been home for 24 hours. I spoke to him. His snowstorm is blah, blah. And the next thing you know, police is just riding down the highway looking for him. They pinged his phone. Well, they didn't ping his phone. He had Google location map on his phone, and it was attached to his girlfriend's. And even though his phone wasn't where his car was, after searching, his car went into a ditch. And then I was like, his car went into the ditch. He came out. He was using his phone, and he got hit by a car. And so his body for one way, but his phone was on the other way. So when they found his phone, they looked in the area and found him, and then found the car. But he's alive and he's well.
Good. Good.
But
good.
They found that in 48 hours, you know?
And that's how it's supposed to be. You know, you have to move, even if they don't get us involved, you know, because I mean, we're not doing their job. You know, we're out there just trying to help the families, you know, but yeah, they should move immediately on it. Absolutely. I totally agree 100%. Immediately on it.
Yeah.
So, but Tiana, I want to thank you again for coming out again. You know, this is not over. You keep your head up.
All right. Thank you, guys.
You keep your head up, and then so we get together with the two prime investigators. They are ex-NYPD, you know, so they probably got a little stronger, more ties to get up in there.
Yeah, you got some connects.
Yeah, exactly. So once we get them, you know, all together, all situated, you know, let's go look for your mom too.
All right. Sound like a deal.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Tiana.
See you later, Diego.
See you later. All right, we're going to be right back with our closing, and yeah, we'll be right back.
Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone.
I was wrong. The words I spoke, I've been saying many things that are hurtful. Your tear-shed eyes, your fragile mind. 'Cause I'll be dancing on my own tonight. I know.
All right, so last thoughts for the evening. Next week we will not be on next week. Like I said, it's gonna be Ryan's birthday, and they have a funeral to attend. You know, so we send our love out to Ryan Weber and his family, Rebecca and them. We thank everybody for joining us tonight. You know, I get so heated up when it comes down to a missing person because we had that passion. You know, we had the passion. We had that passion to bring home a loved one. You know, we are our organization is growing. It's growing, and and we need to make a difference. We want to make a difference to our community, all of our communities, not just Sullivan County, but Orange County, Dutchess County, Ulster County, Putnam County, Rockland County, all of them. You know, it takes a lot to do with what we're doing right now. You know, we try our best. We try our best, and we keep on rolling. We've been denied so many times by bigger people, but we keep moving forward because we have to. Because families, like all the families that we're working with now, they depend on us. You know, they know that we're not going to give up on their child. You know, every person that goes missing is somebody's child. Keep that in mind. Somebody's child. Okay. We have great supporters. We thank Tom Lovelace. He's coming out. He's gonna be doing the concert with us. Harmony Band. You gotta check these guys out. They are our headliner. They're gonna close out the show on April 23rd with a big bang. I'm telling you, these guys are great. I will be live on Wall Radio on February 8th at 8 o'clock in the morning. Tune in to Wall Radio on February 8th. We're going to be talking about our events coming up. We thank everybody who joined us tonight. Your support is very, very important to us right now. We have two great private investigators that we're getting ready to put on board with us. Our staff is growing. Faith is our treasurer. Maria is our secretary. Ryan is our producer. He's our marketing. He's our artist. He's the one that gets everything in order for the concerts. You met one of the private investigators tonight. Him and his partner. We have Rebecca. She's involved with The Office. We're getting ready to add more. But your help is very important right now because we don't get paid by the government. We want to make this clear. We don't get paid by the government. When you donate to Hope Alive April 5, not only are you doing it for a good cause, but you're also helping us to get other people involved to help bring home a missing person. A missing person is value to us. They are our lives. Yes, we love animals, but a human being is more important right now to us. A human being, a child is more important to us. So once again, if you wish to get into the Wheel of Prize, the Wheel of Hope, Wheel of Hope, that's February 12th. It'll be right here live. We're going to spin that wheel. There's going to be a lot more prizes added on. There's going to be a lot more added on. You can go to www.hopealive8405. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see all the people who's got involved with it already. It's helping us. That's what we need is help right now. We need a lot of help from our officials. We need a lot of support from our community as we grow and as we start bringing home these loved ones. So keep that in mind. Until then, everybody, keep warm tonight. Stay safe. We will see you not next week, but the week after. We'll be back on again. Our office is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you want to call, if you want to get involved with it, please call. Our secretary will be, she'll be here. She'll guide you through whatever you need help with. Once again, everybody, thank you again for tonight. See you in 2 weeks. Bye.